welcome there. This is Carla from Casey Creates. Hi. It says I'm live. Let's see. I'm just going to hang out here for a little bit and see what happens. I hope me. I am attempting to craft some tags today. But I told you guys that I was going to go to this workshop. First, welcome. I'm glad you're here. This is my first live stream, and I think you're supposed to wait and see if anybody's actually here. So if you are and you could type in the chat, I would really appreciate it, just so I know someone's here. Or click the like button too. So if you are here, welcome. I had so much fun. I went to a little workshop where we made tags, and the paper crafter who led the workshop used the paper line from Stamperia, Hortensia one. I really don't always gravitate to like purples and lavenders. When she started, however, we didn't have my creative juices weren't flowing so that I could actually finish. So I still have a whole bunch of scrap pieces to put together to complete the cards thing. I just thought I would let you know because I said I would mention it in my live today. And so because I didn't finish, and because I would like to make my live streams a regular thing, next week, if you have this paper line or want to obtain it by then, I thought maybe we could craft some of the Hortensia tags together, and I'll just be on finishing up the ones that I started. But she gave us, there was a small fee to do the workshop, and then she made up these kits, and they have all kinds of fussy cut pieces and ephemera. She put in lace and some flowers. So I ended up loving this paper, the 12 by 12 paper pad, mostly because this is my mom's favorite color. So I thought it has gorgeous images, gorgeous ephemera and tags, and it's mom's favorite color. So I'm going to go ahead and make this a project. And I thought I would do this one go okay. So I hope you're hearing me and seeing me okay. I don't know how many people are watching. So forgive me if I don't talk right away. I'm going to just start crafting. I have my cup of tea. And if you guys want to spread the word and let people do this on Sunday afternoons, bring your tea. That's just my tea bag still in there. It's lemon zinger and a little bit of black tea. I put black tea bag and my herbal tea bag in there. Gives it a really pretty color too. So sitting here and happy crafting with you. Like I said, if you're watching and you can let me know in the chat, that would be great. But I kind of got inspired recently to do, what do I call them? Tim Holtz, but they're not Tim Holtz paper dolls. One of them is. I'm going to make some vintage paper doll butterfly fairy tags. That's a mouthful. Butterfly paper doll, vintage paper doll butterfly fairies. Yeah, that's what I'm going to call them. So can you see these? I showed these in my video on Saturday. And this is actually an original paper doll. And then this is one where I went online and just found vintage images of children and cut them out myself. So I have a whole tray I'm just going to pick out a couple and maybe do a couple tags live. And so what I'm thinking is that maybe you can just craft with me and hopefully chat with me in the chat, because I can write back. But if you can see, some of them I printed in sepia, and some of them were already black and white. Like she was already, no, really, this is funny. She had on a straw hat and I just cut it into a crown. I'm going to use her. I like her. So we'll make a couple tags. Some are larger, some are very familiar. But I got these all on the free printables on Bing. And I really like this one. So we'll do these two. But as you can see, I have tons to choose from. Some of them are already the butterfly wing phase. And then I just like to mount them with an extra set of wings. Hello, is anybody there? You guys want to let me know you're here? That'd be awesome. It's about 3:15-ish, 10 after Eastern Standard Time, and I'm in South Carolina, USA. And that makes it really early in the morning in some parts like Australia, and it makes it early evening in like the UK. So if you're on, can you let me know and tell me where you're from? Maybe type it in the chat. But for now, I'm not going to worry about the chat. I'm just going to start crafting. So also of like floral images. You know what this one is? It's a teeny little doily that was in a little ephemera envelope that Debbie from Crafty Stuff had gifted me during one of my challenges. I like to show that I still use the things that were gifted to me. So that's one, and I'm going to probably use that on a backing of some sort. And then I think that would be pretty to put a word on. I like the lamplight on this one. So I'm just pulling out a few things that I could actually put on my tag. Look at this butterfly. I found this image online. It's really pretty. And then I have a whole tray of butterflies. And then I have some that I want to kind of have a pretty look. So I'm going to hand stitch this music note heart shape that I have. I don't know, I thought I made a little premiere video. Uh-oh, I already did that. I don't want to loop it over. See if I can stick that back through. I think I can, yep. I was going to do a little premiere video, but I'm not skilled at this enough yet to figure that out. So it was going to let you know that I'm about to go live. But it's okay, because like I said, it's just going to be really low-key, me crafting, and anyone else that would like to joining in. So I'm going to hand stitch around this heart shape, and I want to put it in my collage tag, because I think tags are more like collages. I'll put the other two out here so you can see them. I'll move my little tray of embellishments. Hello to whoever's watching. Welcome. I am live. And I love collage. I always have loved collage. We have a park here that's fairly new in North Carolina. It's in Uptown Charlotte. It's called Romare Bearden Park. And Romare Bearden is a collage artist. And then there's a woman, I'm not sure how recognized her is around the country, but her name is Beverly. Okay. My bad. Her last name just left my brain. But it'll come to me before I'm done. Anyway, she does these wonderful African American images, and they're all collage and crazy quilted and um, very colorful. Or sometimes they're just monochromatic color and just those tones. But I just gravitate to that, and I like quilts too. So um, that's kind of what I was going with these butterfly fairy tags, is just tucking all different crafty elements in, lace, and I guess they could be considered mixed media because there's a little bit of fabric, paper. I have some corrugated board and paint, doily, so kinds of different um, art elements may be considered mixed media. So I'm going to just keep on stitching this. Hope it's not as boring as watching paint dry. But maybe once the word gets out, more people will join in and we can have a little chat about whatever it is you'd like to talk about. Today is Sunday, March 13th. And unfortunately, the elephant in the room is everything that's going on over in the northern European countries with Russia and the Ukraine. And it's a subject most people want to avoid because it's such a sad subject. But I also feel like it's a subject that people need to talk about because it's really a subject that's hard to wrap your minds around. I know it absolutely is for me. It's just hard to know we're going through this in real time. It's almost as real as when COVID first struck. I'm like, pandemic? What? What is that? Why are we talking about, lockdown? And it just seemed so unreal. And now I have that same sense of, is this real with all the suffering and war that's going on? It's just very gripping to think about. So, with a lot of prayer, a little bit of crafting on the side, it can ease some of that tension. But I think the humane side of people keeps it on your mind whenever you're, getting in your bed at night and you know that you're safe and warm, or you're on your plate and you know that you and your family are being fed. You're not like waiting in line as a refugee somewhere. Um, it's just constantly on your mind if you care about people. And I believe I do. So, needless to say, they're very much on my mind, in my thoughts. And I don't know if you know, but I love to feed people. I love to cook. There used to be a couple guys from Africa that were here under dire circumstances, and they ended up in a very bad living situation, and they weren't even being fed. And they were so unassuming that they didn't care what you fed them. But I just took such great pleasure in making meals for them. And they were the most simple meals because they really weren't into, fast food or food with lots of spices or ingredients or anything, because they literally ate. They called it porridge in the mornings and maybe soup at night in their country, which was probably just soup, boiled bones or cabbage or something. So I would make chicken and rice, which is one thing they said they loved, and I'd flavor it really well and make mounds of it, and they just loved it, which was so satisfying to me. Like, oh, not only is this the least I can do, they're making it feel like I served them fine cuisine. So if there was an opportunity for me to feed any of the people that are being, misplaced right now, displaced, I would definitely sign up for the meal part of it, making meals. And you know what else is fun? When you do cook for people from other countries, you end up learning about the meals they like. And sometimes they'll even tell you how or show you how to make what it is they like. And that gives you a chance to broaden your palate and get other people's, international cuisine, get to experience it. And I've learned that a lot of it is so much more simple than we would think. The ingredients are just fresh garden ingredients, not a whole lot of spices. Just depends, I guess, where the people are from. That could be different if you're like from Northern Africa or India or somewhere where they love like spicy food, different spices, which I do love. I like to try to make things like korma and curries and things like that, and soups and stews. But I wouldn't call myself like a chef or anything. I just like to experiment in the kitchen. But I definitely like crafting just as much or even more. This is just such a relaxing, nice way to enjoy. Oh, hey, Miss Jacqueline. Thank you for coming. So happy to see you here. Welcome. Yeah, I'm just stitching around this heart here, making a hopefully primitive type heart to put on one of my collages that I'm about to make. And I decided I wasn't going to make it a big deal. I'm just going to craft with whatever lovely friends show up. I'm so happy to see you. So happy to know you're doing better. I'm sure a lot of our community knows Miss Jacqueline has had some health setbacks, but I believe she's going to come back with a boom. And so anyway, this is what okay, let me just show you, because I have so many stitched things that are like possible backgrounds for my tags and journaling cards. And so I just had a lot of fun sewing these. There's a whole lot going on my desk here, so let me move some of this out of the way so you can actually see. And I'm not really versed at the live thing, so I hope I don't get too long-winded or boring. But this is just me trying to do my crafting in real time and hoping some of my friends will join in with me. I have these backgrounds that I created, and there's this one, and I love it because it's like a faux wallpaper print, and then some really beautiful old vintage paper doily. I found these at a thrift store, and they were actually made in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where I'm from. And then there's this old English script, and I made this one that I thought I could put a paper doll on. I don't need those. And then this one I thought would be fun to put a paper dowel on. I think the lace is supposed to go up top. It is. So anyway, you can see I've got all my backgrounds ready. These are going to just be little additions, like tags. So I stitched these onto parchment paper because I thought these would be really nice with a eyelet in them and some seam binding, because it's got that crunchy paper. And these are all for bees. I'm going to hopefully do one as a queen bee. So let's start sticking down my two. Let's see, I think we'll do this one and this one. However, see, I'm a little all over the place, but this one, oh, thank you. I was really working on making these as vintage and pretty as I could. I stenciled gesso on this one to give it that kind of textural feel. And then this is decoupage paper. I think I ordered these from Little Birdie a while ago. But so again, I'm just going to try to make layers of all kinds of luscious textures, and I think I'll use these two. And then the first thing you have to do, especially for the larger ones, is find the butterfly you want. And I think I do want this pink one. I mounted this on tea-dyed paper. I think I did it just because I wanted to make it a little more three-dimensional. But at this point, I think I'm going to go ahead and peel this off. This one could actually just be nice and flat. Angie, hey, thank you for joining in. It's so good to see you here. Welcome. I'm hoping to make this a Sunday event where we can always join in. Oh, you guys, you remember me always talking about my sister? She's calling, so let's just make this real life, and I'll tell her I'm doing my live. Hey, Kat, I'm on YouTube doing my live. What are you guys doing? Okay, I'll give you a call when we're done. Okay, so that's real life, but that's the way I wanted it to be. I really want to just do these maybe around 3 p.m. my time every week. You know, permitting there's no other pressing things going on, because I wanted to start a little earlier today, but you guys, this is the strangest thing to me, and maybe they do this in other parts of the country. But ever since we've lived in North and South Carolina, my kids have been in the band, and they sell mattresses as a fundraiser. I think it's hilarious because of all things you could fundraise for with, they do mattresses. But I'm just saying that because I was gonna come on live around 1 or 2, and then I realized I had to pick my son up from the mattress sale. So, hey, can you guys hear me okay? I'm assuming you can. But I have one earplug in my ear. So anyway, just to reiterate, I'm making little vintage paper dolls with butterfly wings. So I'm going to start out by putting on a butterfly, and I'll put one on this one. I have a whole plate of butterflies. I stuck this here because a lot of you guys know who G is from Happiness and Crafting, but I just want to give her credit because some of these butterflies I got from her Friday freebies, and I love her Friday freebies. There's so many good things in them, and some of them were these little script and vintage looking butterflies. I'm not sure I'm going to use any right now, but since that was there, I thought I would mention it. So yeah, I was going to try to do this earlier, but I'm actually glad I waited because now the household's a little quieter and I can actually sit here and, oh good, I'm glad you can hear me okay. I can craft in a relaxed manner. So if you guys want to grab some tea, I don't know how long you can hang out, but I'm just so happy you're here because I am really enjoying a chance to make these paper doll tags. I've been really wanting to do this. I did the 2 And I got all my ephemera and all my pieces ready. And then I haven't had a chance to get back to it. So I teach pottery, you know that, and sometimes I do extra events. So yesterday I got to do a little girl's birthday party, and we made side is a little trinket box. They had so much fun, but they make it all by hand. None of it is a mold or anything. And so I knew that day was going to be consumed. And then we did that workshop later, my sister and I, which ended up being really fun. And I'll repeat that so that you guys know next week I'm going to do the Stamperia, what did I call it? Hortensia paper tags from that paper line. You guys, it is beautiful. And I learned something. I didn't know that Hortensia, Angie, you might know this, is the same as, or maybe you'd know it too, Miss Jacqueline, it's the same as hydrangea. I I've been I ended up doing was off digitally instead of using the ones I have, because when I print on my printer, it was a handicap, but I'm using it to my advantage. Um, they're a little bit faded looking, or maybe the image just isn't quite as sharp as I would like it to be. But when you're working with something vintage, it actually works. So excuse me, because I'm going to have to hunt through here. But I think I have, ooh, this one's pretty. This was one of the digitals I bought. Isn't that pretty? I've got all kinds of stuff in here. I painted some corrugated cardboard, and then I have some more of the stenciled stuff. And you guys, I understand if you can't just listen to me ramble, because I am a little all over the place today, just because this is my first time doing this. So you really need to know how much I appreciate you being here. So these are those butterflies. You can get a whole bunch of them from like the Dollar Tree. And I laid them on the copier and just shrunk them down a little bit and altered them. I'm trying to decide. I think it needs to have some brown in it. I want to put one on here, but I want it to have a little brown, but I don't want it to be too big. So that's why I'm a little messy here. Trying to find the right size butterfly. So yeah, if Sundays work and not too late, because I know some people have to get up for work, and I'm one of them. I don't work early anymore, though, thank God. I do much better if I can take my time getting ready in the morning. Okay, so I'm going to hunt through here one more time for a butterfly with a little more brown. I called myself printing out some with more brown, but now they're not really standing out to me. At least not the right size ones. And I'm sure they're here. Oh, let's see. What about this one? That's an actual tag I cut. Well, I'm a little stumped on that one. So I'll go ahead and cut out a new one. I thought I had one cut out so that you don't have to sit here and watch me fussy cut. Oh, you have the Hortensia. Yeah, that is such a gorgeous paper pad. I really wasn't, thinking about getting it because, like I said, purple isn't one of my favorite colors. But now that I know how gorgeous it is, front and back, because it is double-sided, which can be a little frustrating when you don't know what size. But they're so gorgeous on both sides that it really is worth it. you know how I think when when the paper line starts going out of stock, or what's the word? They don't have many copies of it left. When you try to order it online, it is astronomical, and the price I noticed is going up. Oh, I like that. That'll work. Um, and so, because the price is going up, if you're interested in getting it, I would. So, Angie, do you know how excited I am that you're here? That is just so much fun. It's just fun to know you can connect with people all across the pond live, like real time. So, thank you for showing up. And Miss Jacqueline, I am so grateful, even though it's been slow going with your recovery, that you're still with us and hopefully back to crafting again soon. Maybe you already are, though. Maybe that's a nice, relaxing thing you can be doing. God is good. Okay, so I'm going to glue this guy down, and I'm going to use my glue stick here. Let's see. So if you guys do a video anytime soon, just let them know Casey Creates is doing lives on Sundays, and if they want to join us, it would be wonderful to have them. Because I don't always, people probably think I'm hanging out with my sister all the time, but we don't get to hang out as much. Our lives go in different directions. We do look forward to holidays with family, but when we do get to hang out, it's a treat. So most of the time when I'm crafting by myself. Not that I mind, I love crafting, whether it's with people or not, but hey, you guys are so much fun, and I love watching your videos and seeing all of your crafts. So I thought, I haven't gone live ever, and I probably could have for a while now. Sorry, I'm trying to find out what I did my paper dolls. Here they are. And since it's a possibility now, I thought, why not? Let's feel like we're all crafting together. So I like this girl here. And I'm thinking of putting her here. The other butterfly underneath needs to be a little bit bigger. So let's carry on with this one first. I stitched all around this heart, thinking I was going to put it on here, but I forgot to put it on. Now I'm afraid I'll tear it, so I'll just save that one for another time. And we'll go ahead and stick her on this one. So I have to get a bit of a rhythm for doing a live because there's this feeling that I need to hurry. Mary, hello. Welcome. Thank you for coming. This is so much fun. I feel like I'm visiting with friends that I've known for ages, crafting. And I was telling everyone, Mary, I don't know if you heard this, I'm hoping to do this every Sunday around 3 p.m. And that way, for the weeks that you can join in, we can have a little crafting session. I have my tea here. I don't know if you guys have your tea. So a lot of us love the Stamperium, Mary, and so I did that little workshop yesterday. It ended up being the Hortensia paper line, which is all in those beautiful hydrangeas and purples. And because I didn't really get to finish my tags and cards that they had in the kit at the actual workshop, and because I absolutely fell in love with the paper line, the fronts and the backs, I decided that next week I'm going to finish crafting my Hortensia tags and cards. So if anybody has that paper line or wants to purchase it, and craft along with me next week. That's what I'm trying to do around 3 o'clock. Now, of course, if you don't want to do that, maybe you'll just gather up what you do want to craft and take some time and finish up a project or start a project that you've been wanting to do. Because I'm just going to keep it really low key and only, you know, stick around as long as I have time to stick around. I love Sunday afternoon as an option. It's actually quite chilly here today. We've been having unseasonably warm weather. I like to go out and walk though when it's chilly, but yesterday the wind was crazy, which we really don't get really windy days, but because it was so windy, it was kind of unbearable. I got a little weak. I'm normally tougher than that when it comes to cold because of where I'm from, but oh, you have hortensia? I don't know why I kind of thought you might, Mary. They're so pretty. And I was telling everyone that I didn't know hortensia was the same as hydrangea, but I was figuring that Mary would know that. Hi, Miss Joanne. Welcome. I'm so glad you came by. Next week, I'm going to do it again so you all can help spread the word in case anybody else wants to join me. I'm doing little fairy paper dolls, and I went through online and just so I'm calling myself creating my own little vintage paper doll tags, and I'm layering them and collaging them in hopes that you hoard them, that's your problem. That I can make these tags, and this one is pretty much finished. I was actually going to see if my corner rounder, this thing is ancient. Oh yeah, it's still working though. It's from that old company, Creative Memories. Let me do this one. There we go. So my corner puncher is probably as old as my oldest child. I have 2 boys, and he turned 26 yesterday, so I know this is at least 26 years old because I started using this before he was born. I wish I could say it works great, but it does. Well, it probably does work great, but I'm asking a lot of it by pushing this onto cardstock, double layered cardstock. But I think I like the rounded corners better. So I just wanted to get into my crafting space and start using up the ephemera and things that I keep collecting and not using. Let me snip that off. I need my snipping scissors. Okay. So anyway, for those who just joined us, this is what I've been working on. And I was thinking about using 3-dimensional tape to lift them up a little bit, but because I want these to be journaling cards and tags, I decided I wouldn't do that on these particular ones because they'll need to stay as flat as possible. But again, I just have some like graph paper and doily, and then this beautiful craft paper or scrapbook paper, and then the wings. And then, like, I want to put a crown on her. Let's see if I can find. So I went and made a bunch of stars and crowns and things that I could embellish with. Mary, I thought of you because, oh, you had a terrible storm. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you know what? I think I heard that you guys were expecting bad weather. It is amazing to me how I pay attention to weather all over the world now because of my crafting friends. Excuse me, I just needed a little tea. And so, oh boy, I'm glad you guys didn't get hurt. That's scary. Southern, you guys, what I'm digging through here. So Tracy, so trace or tag. These have inspired. I won her tag, and these have, and she stitches on it, and I love the teal and the tan, but I keep the pieces that inspire me. Oh, speaking of, you guys look. This so I thought I would show it you tearing it up. But thank you, Mary. That's such a gorgeous bracelet. I get tons of compliments on it. I'm sure it was a challenge to make. So in here, do I have? I'm trying to keep anything related to my fairy butterfly tags in here. So I have all kinds of things stitched. But what I was looking for is a wand to glue to her hand, and of course, oh, I see it. I see it. Yeah, you guys, are you guys all familiar with each other? I don't know who knows whom, but I really hope we'll be able to make some friends here, and even subscribe to new channels if you're not subscribed to each other and your work. And I recognize all of you as subscribers and people who have commented. So I'm always thinking everybody knows everybody. This is just some metallic gold washi tape, and I can't find the little ribbon that I used for hers because I have this skinny little piece of ribbon for a wand. So I'm just going to strip here and make this her wand. And then let's see if this will come out in a skinny enough strip. Yeah, it will. So I like to watch different people's lives, but I haven't seen very many going up. I did see Maggie White. I think it might have been last Wednesday or Thursday. They were doing a bit of a fundraiser. That wand is too wide. I don't like that, so it's coming off. That's going to be my challenge, is working with these smaller ones. I don't know. I guess it could be a little exaggerated, though, just for the fun of it. I cut some of this out of. I may have to adjust my screen. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. I've got a little message here that says it's unstable. So hold on one second, you guys, because I think what happens is after a while, the quality goes down if I'm not doing anything on the screen. Let me see. This is why I'm doing this, because there's so much to learn. I wonder if I refresh. Oh, it's reconnecting me. Maybe that'll help. If you can't hear me, see, you don't have access to this feature. I don't know what that means. Okay, is it better? They say it's better. Aw, Joanne, thank you. I didn't need a learning curve for me. I watch other people's lives and they seem to make it come off without a hitch. Oops. Here we go again. Your connection is unstable. I wonder why that's happening. Well, of course, I'm not going to waste your time asking you to watch a blurry screen, so no worries if it's too blurry to keep watching. And maybe I'll change my location in the house next time because the internet's a little sketchy in this room. So I just cut. Do you recognize this, Andy? This glittery stuff? I have way too much of it. And it's going to adjust itself because, to be quite honest, I don't know how to fix it. I'm going to put this sweet little crown head. So my goal was to get 2 of these done live and do 2 at a time. I don't like that. That doesn't blend well. I'm bound to have hiccups at first, yes. Yeah, I've just kind of decided that's the way it's going to be. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to move this a little bit. But anyway, I do appreciate you guys stopping in so much. That's a real encouragement to me. And again, I understand if you can't hang out, but if you do, thank you. I think I want to put maybe a little doily there. Let's see. Do I want doily or tag? I don't know. I'm a little discombobulated, but each week, hopefully, it'll get better. Oh, I like this dragonfly. I'm going to put that there with a tag underneath. Let me find it. So I have some of these already. It has some cheesecloth behind it. I'll use that one. Hopefully nobody's getting booted off from the bad connection. So it was a quite busy weekend, but a nice weekend. And the sun is still shining here, so I may even get outside. Who knows? I'm going to layer this, and then maybe I'll just finish this tag for today. I'm going to lay that there. I'm going to need to think on this one a little bit longer anyway, so I'll ink the dragonfly. I'd like to get to where this is really just a nice relaxing crafting time. And I'll just go and people can come and go as they please. And right now I feel like I'm trying to pull off a bit of a production because it's my first time and I'm like, oh my goodness, am I blurry? Can people hear me? You know, it's a little more thought going into it. But I'd like somewhat mindless and relaxing. And I do like that. I'm going to find a word now, or a phrase. I have some that I made myself, where I just use the Times Roman font and put it on tea-dyed paper. I also have the Tim Holtz words, which I'm sure you all have too. And I tucked a few more in here. Oh, I like this one, the Believe one. Somebody was using these words the other day and was worried that the font was too small, but I really like it when the font is small. It kind of draws you in and makes you look even closer. I like this one that says be brave. This word, be brave, immediately made me think of Harriet Tubman because of how big she was. Um, I like that, so I'm going to ink that. I don't know if I'm going to stick it on here or not, but I might put both the Believe and Be Brave. And I do like when the actual phrase or word pops up a little bit. I don't think I brought my three-dimensional tape over here though, so I might just have to stick this one down as is. Be brave. Might be a little too kitschy with the word with a bumblebee there, because I thought be brave. A bumblebee might be nice. Mary, I don't know if you remember, I laughed when you were saying how you weren't fond of the oversaturation of butterflies in the crafting, but that you were really fond of bumblebees. And now I've been paying so much more attention to bumblebees. Not to mention I learned so much about how bumblebees help sustain us in our world. I learn a lot from everybody. It's just really fun. I don't want to put two phrases. I think just be brave will be nice. So let's stick that on there. Aw, thank you. I'll do my best. I will do my best. I do love visiting with people, so that's what I think I'm doing. So again, this is just going to be more of a journal, and I'm going to have more. I might put some lace or something around the edge there. I feel like I need something in here. Not exactly sure what yet, but this little dragonfly has a little bit of, what's the word? Gilding, goldish. Foiling, I think is the word, foil. So I'm going to see what I can put over here that might have the same. Do I have anything is the question. So I have these cut out stars. It's a little quirky, unexpected to see the like structured stars. So I think I'm, oh, maybe not. I don't know. What do you think? What else do I have? A whole bag of elements here. Oh, I love these. These will make a nice little addition. Let me try these. Oh, and then I have this really old vintage tatting. Oh, I'm going to do that. It's not going to show up really well to you guys, but I think I'll like that. And I think just to play with different textures, I'll do a couple of the metallic ones with the ribbon ones. See how that goes. But I do love using the idea of using some of this tatting. I'm going to do that. So if you guys want to hang out with me a little bit longer, I'm just going to finish up this guy because it's almost 4 o'clock, which means I will have been on for an hour. I'd say an hour is a generous amount of time. I know some people do lives for a lot longer, and I do enjoy them. I don't always get to hang out that long, but there's just art glitter glue in here. Yeah. Okay. It always has been. So we are blessed to have you in our community. Very, very blessed. Is my tatting on the side here. I'm going to put I don't know if I want to completely box it in with the same thing or not. I probably should. Yeah, I'll go ahead and put some more right here. So I've been doing crafting on YouTube now for, next month will make 4 years. I think 4 years. Let's see, 2018, 19, 20, 22. Yes. I started in 2018. And my very first challenge was Trisha when she did a snippet of inspiration. And oh my goodness, I was such a nervous wreck. I thought I was just doing something. I was like, oh, I'm doing this and I'm entering it and I'm mailing it to England. And it was just so exciting. And, you know, it still is. It's so much fun to craft and kind of feel like you're sharing crafts with people all over the world. I got a challenge entry from, where was it? I think it was Istanbul. Was it? Anyway, far, far away from where I live. And somebody participated, which was just so exciting. Okay, so I have, and I think I'm going to stick on my random stars just because it's sort of an unexpected look. North Carolina. I live a little further away now, but because I'm in South Carolina, my chat just disappeared. You guys still there? I don't know what happened. I'm going to keep on talking like you're still here. Yeah, you're there. There you are. And anyway, North and South Carolina, we live so to the other, and I keep saying I'm going to do this, take a picture of me standing on both sides, you know, of the border of the state line, because I drive in and out of North Carolina every day. So I actually, uptown Charlotte, where our play studio is, and then I live in South Carolina. And I love the best of both worlds because you get to be, you know, you could get held up in traffic because cows are crossing the street, or you can get held up in traffic because you're on, you know, 277 trying to town. So it is kind of nice. And I'll say this one more time before I do all. Which is 3 p.m. And I, between now and then, I'll try to figure out how to give you the little heads up blurb that lets you know I'm about to go live. And there's still a lot to learn, so thank you for your patience, and especially with the blurry screen. Mary said, want to join me and craft along to join in on yours. I used to do several lives, and they were anymore. I got in on next week, and so this one's not completely. I think I'm gonna add a little something here, but not. Maybe I need to. Maybe less is more because I was gonna put my primitive heart there, and I missed it because I had already what they may or may not need. So I've really enjoyed being with you guys and actually crafting and drinking my tea and having a quiet moment. That growing up, Sunday was the big family meal, and I guess we did that with our weird work schedules. So Sunday doesn't always work for us as far as meal. kind of fend for yourself. You know, I got these in that little haul video I did, and I see a really pretty. I keep seeing spot. Picture this like I thought I could. Yeah, that's going to take a little thought. I bet I'm not the only one that it's hard to finish up. It's hard to know when to say it's done. And because I don't want to keep you here forever trying to figure out when it's done. But let me just say, while you're all still with me, you're some of my favorite crafters. Thank you for joining in. Seeing the people that decided to come in today means the world to me. I consider you very special people, so thank you. And I actually think about you through the week, and while I'm crafting, I'm inspired by things you've done or things you've said. And so I hope this will be a connection so we can all get together in this same space at least once a week. If I can't join you for some reason, I'll let you know ahead of time. And if you can't join me, I absolutely understand, because life happens. Oh, you guys, let me show you one more thing. See, this is how I am. I keep forgetting things I wanted to show you. So I tried my crackle paint for the first time, and it worked really well. So I think this will be a fun layering tool on my collage pieces. It was a process of just putting down one color of acrylic paint, which is this brown tan color. And then the crackle medium I put over that. And then you put a contrast color on top. It's a little putsy, and it took a little time because I had to wait for each layer to dry and go back to it. So I think next time I'm going to do that on a larger piece of paper, and then I can just use bits of the crackled pieces in my work. But thank you. Yes, see you next week. Good night. Thank you for joining me. I'm all finished, everyone, but I am very excited that my first live is in the books. And I will see you around on your videos. I hope to make some more that aren't you, so stop by anytime. Oh, hey, Unique Whimsy, I'm sorry you're just now joining us, but I mean, I'm glad you're just now joining us. I'm just sorry we're about to go, but I'm glad you caught us before we were gone. Thank you for stopping by. So good night, ladies, if it's night wherever you are, and good safe and happy crafting. Bye for now. Thank you. Bye.